is a Thunderbird? Well, it's a beautiful classic car. And in today's day and age, when there's a ton of electric cars, plastic cars, you can't really find any plastic on this one. And between the chrome, the leather, and the two kids enjoying it in the back, I'm not going to buy a Tesla. Are you going to buy a Tesla?
No.
Are you going to buy a Tesla? I don't think so. Let's go for a cruise.
Uh-oh.
What?
Careful.
Back in the day when these things were new, it's a pretty comfortable car. By today's standards, maybe not so much. But you do have a few challenges if you're trying to do a daily driver as a T-Bird 1. You can see sun visors. Not that useful for a big guy like me. Luckily, the sun's right here right now. Second, it's not exactly phenomenal on gas, but if you don't jump into it, it's not so bad. Now, good thing is, a daily driver for a classic car. Is this more fun than a new car, guys?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you guys think that we could actually drive this every day instead of a new car?
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother you?
No.
Me neither. I think the biggest challenge right now is speed bumps. This car's incredibly low and long, and it doesn't like them. Not at all. Thirdly, fourthly, fifthly, it is incredibly hot in Arizona. I was trying to find a good way to say that, but it's very hot in Arizona. So there's a big chunk of the year that's a big no-fly zone. Now, these cars, you can get them with AC. They do all right. I've never seen one that was just like made me so impressed with the AC that I thought I'd drive one every day. But I don't know, what do you guys think? You want to ride around this thing when it's 120?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you do?
Yep.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Wait, no, it can scratch the paint off.
You know, the other thing is, yeah, people don't really respect classic cars. We do. The people watching this do. I do. But, you know, you go park at a grocery store, it's a little challenging. Sometimes you get yo-hos that don't care. And they will happily ding your car and not think twice. Reality. So, I guess that's one of the perks to Ghost not having a perfect paint job. I don't stress as much about it. And yeah, she definitely needs a new paint job. But cruising around the block right now, the suspension's pretty okay. It's a little rattly. So here's the thing. The T-Bird, are we gonna argue that it basically started the Corvette? I think it might have. The two-door Thunderbird was a luxury vehicle, sporty, arguably not the fastest thing on earth. By today's standards, definitely not. But a beautiful car. And a lot of T-Bird guys only like those cars. Very familiar, trust me. And then you got the whole section of T-Bird guys that only like my year car. 66, 65, 64. I'm a 64 guy. Just 10. 66, alright. I'll probably crush everyone's soul for me saying that. But I'm a 64 guy. It's my favorite. Now, even right now, I'm rubbing as I'm going over speed bumps. We do have pretty good weather right now. It's in Arizona. What do you guys think of the weather, kiddos?
Good.
What do you guys think? What is a Thunderbird? What's a Thunderbird?
A muscle car.
A muscle car?
Classic car.
A classic car? A Thunderbird is a classic car, right, Leonardo?
Yep.
And they don't really measure up to new cars. I don't think. Do you guys think they measure up to new cars?
No.
So here's the deal. Everyone wants to argue. Classic car, Thunderbird, it can't be a daily driver. It absolutely can. And here's what I'll tell you. my insurance is dirt cheap, my registration is dirt cheap, and the gas is the biggest downfall. So, compared to going and buying a new car, you can buy a T-Bird for fairly economical. You can. And you go buy a brand new car, you got a car payment, you got expensive insurance, you got expensive tags. If you're like in Arizona where they like to inflate the price for a new vehicle for your tax, thank you, it's great, then you're going to pay a lot. So economically, one could argue it's a pretty good buy. I haven't made a video in a while. It's been a little busy, been a little hectic. It's going to stay that way, but I'm going to make more videos. And I got some stuff coming up. And I don't know about all you T-Bird guys out there, but you know, I would love your feedback on Thunderbirds in general. Here's what I know. I know they went from little to big, and some people like the big birds. I'm kind of on the fence on them. There's some I really like, some I really don't, to be honest. Most of them I like. And then the 80s, we had this weird T-Bird that I'm just not a big fan of. But if anyone wants to argue with me about how the 80s T-Birds were awesome, it probably has some merit, but you know, we all have our different birds we like, so that's fine. Go. What do you guys think of Teslas?
They're bad.
Why?
Because
What?
they can light on fire.
They can light on fire. That's been proven, actually. Thank you, son. Yes, that's been proven. You know, a Tesla has a lot of very expensive batteries that weighs a ton, takes a long time to charge, they cost an arm and a leg for a very plasticky interior. I hate them. Sorry, hate them. And the more people try and shove them down our throats and mandate them, the more I'm gonna dislike them. I just don't think that's a way to handle proper, you know, business, frankly. But you know, people are in love with their Teslas. Do they get great miles to gallon because they're all electric? Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's a thing. However, let's talk about the history of the American car. That might take a little while to unwind a few folks' opinions and say, let's get rid of my classic muscle car and go to electric. That might be a hard sell. Don't you think? What else?
The coolest car in the world.
Charlotte, what is a Thunderbird?
Your car. Dad's car.
What?
Old car.
Jane, what's a Thunderbird?
A sick car.
A sick car?
Yeah.
All right, so the question is, what is a Thunderbird? Well, it's a Ford, so you're already good there. It's a classic. Can't go wrong with the Thunderbird. You know, if you're looking to get a classic car for really the range that you need, Thunderbird's a great way to go. It's a great classic car, definitely good. Now, gas versus electric, of course, I'm going to say gas because electric's the worst thing that ever happened to the car market. Electric cars are horrible. They're horrible. They're horrible for the environment. They're just lame. And mark my words, you'll never see me own one. So I can't say electric. Definitely got to go with the V8. Now, can you daily a Thunderbird? Absolutely. Look, you redo that engine, it's as good as any other car, and you're going in style, and you're going to have something unique. So absolutely.
A Thunderbird is a classic car at this point. Not a muscle car. I believe you could ultimately make it into something really fast. I'd rather have a gasoline V8 than electric because it's kind of something that I'm more familiar with. Just put gas in it and you know, normal maintenance, stuff like that. A Thunderbird could be a daily driver, but if it's an older one, like someone that I know has an older one, it's it's not going to be too great on gas. An older 60s, 70s model vehicle is going to be not great on gas. But it would be cool to have a old V8 and not
The
electric.
Ford Thunderbird is an awesome car. It's a classic car, one of Ford's best. They need to bring it back. Electric cars, I'm not a big fan of. They take too long to charge. They're not very reliable. You cannot go very long without it running out. They need to get better before I even consider buying one. I prefer the good old-fashioned V8, gasoline or diesel engine, preferably a pickup truck, some sort of hot rod.
Hi, so I recently got asked a few questions about a certain car, the Ford Thunderbird. It's a great car. It's a Ford. I'm a Chevy guy, but it was Ford's attempt to, bring speed, muscle, classy looks to the streets. Overall, it's a great car. Good daily driver. Now here is where people go into that gas, electric, with old classic cars. Honestly, electric isn't what people think it is. The grids can't support so many electric vehicles at once. They are pulling more than what can be provided. I don't think electric is the way to go. Gas all the way. I myself drive a 93 Chevy Silverado, and it's a great truck. The Ford Thunderbird is a great car. It could be used as a daily driver. It rides smooth. It got such a classy look. It will certainly turn heads as you drive it down the road. Electric, no, never. Not a good choice.
What's up, everybody? This is Nick Vitus with the Vice Garage Auto Blog. And this week's video, although a little different, it was really the theme was, what is a T-Bird? If you look at the history of the Thunderbird, it started as a luxury car, and let's be frank, you started it with the Corvette. They were kind of neck and neck, and then the T-Bird kind of went this way and the Corvette kind of went that way. If anyone disagrees, feel free and comment below, because this stuff, well, something I enjoy. So, at the end of the day, when you ask someone, is a Thunderbird a classic car? Is it a muscle car? Is it a cruiser? Is it a lowrider? I've got that one. Is it a sports car? All could vary depending on the year, the make, the model. And just to be clear, I kind of like almost every Thunderbird in its own way. But, at the end of the day, what makes you passionate about going out in the garage and working on it, cleaning it? There's a lot of weeks I don't do much with mine. I'll wash it, clean it, cruise around the block with the kids. And I guess that's the fruits of my labor for all the work I put into it. And that's also one of those things where that's a good reward for you guys. If you're building one, it turns around. And all of a sudden, you're looking for stuff to do. And right now, I've got a lot of projects on my mind. I've also got a lot of priorities on my mind too. So depending on what's in the future, you're going to still see content. There's a lot to do. Needs a new paint job, needs a few different things. It looks good, cruises good. I love the car. We did some stuff with our family with the car. It's just a good memory maker. But at the end of the day, when everything's going electric, everything's going in all these different routes, I get a lot of questions, comments around classic cars. And the thing about it is, when you really pencil it out, one of my comments as I was cruising was, insurance is cheap. Cost to acquire a T-Bird's pretty cheap. Considering, you go buy a modern car, you're going to spend a lot more than that. The registration is cheap. And so the one thing against it is kind of the gas mileage. And you pretty much need to be mechanically inclined, because with any classic car, I would never recommend a classic car to someone that's not going to work on it. That's just my opinion. Do it if you got the money to spend on a mechanic. I just see it as kind of, that's part of the enjoyment of it. So, and if you have a car you don't, my dad's got one and he doesn't have to really do much to it, and he drives it every once in a while. I don't think he's probably driven it since I was there last, which has been quite a while. But, you know, just keep that in mind. So all I'm saying is inspiring thought for all you classic car guys. Let's keep the hobby alive. You know what I mean? All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Some pretty cool stuff coming up on the channel soon, actually. And just give a quick shout out to my brother with his channel. And also give out a shout out to my buddies that put their input on the channel as well. Always appreciate you guys. I asked quite a few people. Not everyone likes to be on film. So I just want to kind of give some outside perspective. So the guys I asked to actually comment on this video previously, they're not really Ford guys or T-Bird guys. And so that's kind of why I wanted to ask them and, you know, get some raw feedback. So, all right, guys. Well, as always, thank you for watching the Vice Garage Auto Blog. Thank you for all your comments recently. It's been pretty cool. There is more comment coming, so stay tuned, because it's all about the cars, the passion, everything that goes along with the hobby. Love it. And, you know, a T-Bird is a pretty fantastic car. I look at it as a luxury car, classic car, cruiser, great family cruiser, classic car for a great hobbyist kind of thing. And what it's good for, I think it's pretty awesome at. So, all right, guys, I will talk to you soon. All right, peace out. Thanks.